So the life aspect of things has to do with that it's not really hard to be alive and healthy if you can understand how the life process works. And one of the inspiring things for me was an experiment that was done by a fellow named Jean-Baptiste von Hillman back in the 1600s. He was among the people who were drawing science back into a reality from the Middle Ages. It had sort of gone dormant in those times, and people were starting to study all sorts of things again. And he was studying life in what's now the Netherlands. And he did an experiment where he took a branch from a willow tree that weighed 5 pounds, and he took a whole bunch of soil and dried it bone dry in an oven, and then put exactly 200 pounds in a big pot. And he pushed the branch down into it, packed the soil down, covered the pot over with perforated metal so air could circulate but dust wouldn't settle on the soil, and then he watered it with rainwater or distilled water. So it got nothing but pure water for 5 years. The plant put down roots, the branch put down roots, grew up into a bush, and at the end of 5 years he took the bush and separated it from the soil and weighed it and found it had grown to 169 pounds. And then he dried the soil bone dry again and weighed it and found that it had lost less than 2 ounces. So 164 pounds of growth from less than 2 ounces of soil. And the rest was carbon from the air, oxygen and hydrogen from air and water. Most of life is a gas. And I mean that in 2 ways. Some people, mostly over 30 years old, will understand that life is a gas. It's a euphemism. I'll get to that. From the context of the story, the physical substance that make up our bodies mostly float freely in the atmosphere, almost everywhere on Earth. These are not scarce resources. This is something that we can always have available, and they cycle endlessly. The other side of the pun is that we're facing the most serious problems that civilization has ever faced. We're in dire need of transformation. And the single most potent thing that you can do to help deal with these problems is to enjoy yourself. If you get your satisfaction from learning stuff, from making friends, sport, music, dance, service, appreciation, these things satisfy us. They actually uplift our beings. We're human beings, not human havings. So if we can look to what we can do with our own lives for satisfaction, then what we need from the material world is not much past what's floating in the atmosphere. And that 2 ounces of substance from the soil